And welcome to my testing video. Now, I'm extremely camera shy, but I'll do my best to talk and hopefully make some sense. Because I really want to paint, but my brain is actually melting. Should probably have some water. So yeah, I am going to be oh dear. I'm going to be painting a blue tip, but I don't know if you can't even see it on the camera. There's a very rough outline which I traced of a picture of a blue tip. I'll show you what I'm using. This one. And I've printed that out and I've got it on my laptop screen as well. But I'm not doing a detailed one. I'm gonna do a silhouette that's very loose and sort of abstracty. I just wanted to kind of get a sense of the colour and the shape, and that's about it. So we'll see how that goes, because I haven't actually done any. I haven't done this, but it's still only a sketchbook kind of thing anyway. And I'll show you what I'm using. This is a Moleskine. I think it's the Pocket watercolor sketchbook. It's not. I don't know. Watercolor paper is expensive, so this isn't too expensive because ideally you'd use 100% cotton, but I mess things up all the time anyway, so this is 25% cotton, so it's cheaper and, like, you know, it's thin for watercolor paper, but I think it'll look quite nice in a sketchbook because it's not going to be a finished piece. It's not going to have to look ridiculously pretty. I just wanted it to be a nice thing to have, and I've already ruined the next page, and I might film doing that one as well. We'll talk about that in a bit. So that's the paper. I have, you can just about see them, I have a jar for dirty water, a jar for clean water. I don't know why. Why do you know why? Because combination of laziness and brain fog, they always end up as two dirty water ones. And I just thought I'd have my little buddy here, a little blue tit, because I am painting a blue tit. No tit jokes, please. Well, actually, no. Tit jokes, please. Yeah, he's a cute little clay model. He lives on my desk. And the watercolours I'm using are some ones I got for Christmas, so I've only used them a few times. But it won't be in focus, I'm sorry. They're already a mess anyway. These are the, I don't even know if you can read that, Komorebi watercolours by Mozart, which is literally spelled the same as Mozart, the composer, which makes life confusing when you're trying to buy it or figure out where you bought it from. And I'm also, I don't know if I'm going to use these, but I got them out anyway. The Winsor & Newton watercolour markers. These are really good, except I can't, or they would be, it's just like I'm not used to using them, so I don't know how or when. I used them to illustrate some cards that just needed flat colour, so that was quite good. So maybe I'll just use them for flat colour things. And super tip, this lifesaver. If you're, I mean, I'm using, well, if I wanted to, I could mask around the edge of the bird, spray with water, and then ta-da, good to go. But I mainly use it to spray on the watercolour pans themselves, just to keep, like, before you start, you can spray it on to keep them moist, and so that the colour, you can really get the colour payoff without having to like dig your brush in. Don't dig your brush in. And especially in the summer, spraying on your palette, that keeps them wet because they will dry very quickly. Why have I got a hair on there? It's great. Yeah, this is a ceramic watercolour pan, which are about £10 for this sort of thing. I do prefer them a lot to the plastic ones because they just flow and don't like sit on top of the plastic. But yeah, this is the only one I have and I've already broken it. So there's that. And then I find it easier to clean. I don't know. I just prefer it. I've also got just an old plate. Old plate is just a really good thing to use, I think, and that's pretty cheap. So that's something. I should probably go and have a lie down. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm back. I didn't lie down. My mum is hoovering downstairs and it's noisy. So I think I'll try and chill and give it a go because I purposefully chose this to film, like try filming, because it's easy. And I don't have to like stare at it and like try and focus on what I'm doing and do details. So we'll see how that goes. And it doesn't matter if I bugger it up too much because it's abstract. I'm gonna start by putting down the water because this is gonna be wet on wet to kind of get the bleedy, kind of abstracty wateriness. You know what? I've been doing the Kingfisher, and oh my god, I am not liking drawing feathers or like colouring feathers because it's exhausting and it's repetitive, but not repetitive enough that they're all the same. So you can't just completely not think about it. Oh, I didn't tell you what brushes I was using. This is a new one that I got off AliExpress, which is probably why it's gone a bit. It's a squirrel hairbrush. Because a lot of mine are synthetic, or like synthetic sable. Don't come from you vegetarians. So I just kind of wanted to see what it's like and if it's worth like giving a go rather than see the paint. It's the page buckling already. Giving a go rather than all the synthetic ones, and I'll be quite happy to use synthetic all the time because it's cheaper as well as cruelty free. This is number 2, but pretty flipping big one. What is this arbitrary number system? I don't know, maybe it's different for like Chinese calligraphy brushes or Chinese painting brushes. Let's put it this way. This is a 6. This is a 2. Whatever. This is a Pro Art Proline, which I haven't used before. I've used the like cheapo polar brushes, but this behaves more like a watercolour sable brush. The other ones are more like, the polar ones are more mixed media and acrylic. basically with watercolour brush you want it to be really soft but still keep its shape, and hold plenty of water and not let it, and like let it out exactly how you'd want it, like not too much, not too little, and not too squishy. And this is something I never used to do, which is why all my brushes are ruined. When it's drying, and especially when you're going to put it away, make it back into a point. Make sure all of these are together, otherwise it will end up just drying like that and can't really do anything with that. Take care of your art materials because they are expensive. It's probably just watered that down to death, and you can already see. Oh, you can't see. It's a sea of white there, but if I make it any darker, I don't know if the picture's gonna be as vibrant. Maybe I can do that in post. I'll fix it in post. I won't know. I won't do that. Now you might actually be able to see something I'm doing, because I've already prepped some of the colours. That's not one of them. Blue tips are not pink. Some of them, and then I'm going to use some other ones straight out of the pan just to like get in there. No. So I'm going to go in with the lightest colour first, because the whites got a sore throat already. The whites are staying white because it's watercolour and you can't paint white on top. I should probably use the bigger brush for this. I always look back at my things or like what other people were doing, and I'm just like, oh god, please use a bigger brush, please, but I never do, and sort of like I can't think of a way to describe it, just plop away like that, and it's not the best. I know, it sort of depends, because I'm used to doing like quite detailed things. And you can see, can you see? Oh, it's really blown out. I ain't doing nothing about it now. I really crashed myself trying to set this blinking thing up. It's drying already. And now the paint's going to start pooling. And so I have a bit up here and the edges are already drying. So I'm going to have to blur them out a bit with some clean water slowly. It'll do. Now what I normally end up doing by mistake is covering all the white bits. Stay in the lines. Covering all the white bits, and you have to go back in with, you can't go back in with watercolour after that to put the white back in. It's not showing up. Well, so that's why gouache is my saviour, because then you can, it's opaque, so you can just go back in and add the highlights. But it would be nice to not have to do that all the time. It doesn't look as watercolory then, because it's opaque. Okay, so that's sort of yellow, greeny yellow. Need a little bit more green. So what kind of green do we want? Let's try this peak green. Can go in a bit so it's gonna next to the blue. I'm actually being too perfectionist about this, too like pernickety. This was supposed to get me to loosen up, but maybe I'll be there by the end. this pooling is gonna really annoy me because it's so, I have to keep it so wet on here. It keeps drying. You might see this bit. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Because I'm going to go on with the blue now. Actually rewrite the paper. I'm using a tissue to dab off my brush and it's not the best, but I didn't have the spoons to go downstairs and then back up again. Yeah, there we go. Some white there. Not there. Hopefully it will stay wet for a bit. The loose hairs on this are abysmal. Okay, let's try and get some blue on. How's that bit dried already? I'm really sorry if you can hear the awful sound from outside. It sounds like someone's sawing some trees or something. It's been really noisy outside recently. Like, I think half the people on the adjacent street are having their roofs done. And of course everyone's cutting their grass. And everyone's going outside and talking. Shut up. Oh. See, I put my dirty brush in the clean water. If I end up with a YouTube channel, it's just basically going to be like watch somebody crash over the course of a video with a sadist silver. Do you like seeing people suffer? Why not try this YouTube video? I'd also like to mention that this is not anywhere near the position I'd be painting in. I'm at quite an angle, a little bit too like far away from me. So and it's not the best. But I don't really know what I was expecting. Like getting all perfection-y, which is not the point of this. Now I'm getting a hard line on here, so hopefully it's not too late to go in and soften that out because that's where the light's coming from. You don't want to be exact, but I want not to look too ambiguous. And I'm going to come in with some sort of bluey Payne's Grey, which is my favourite watercolour of all time. I mean, it's like a really dramatic, rainy, stormy sky colour, and it's nice and dark. So, but it doesn't make your painting too flat, like black. So it's good for just drawing in shadows. Okay. There's white under there. Whoops. Not anymore. I would go in and you can go back into watercolour and lift it. Actually, but I don't. Better than nothing. Whenever I try and lift something, I like dab it to death and then lose all my work and smudge it everywhere. Also, what is really annoying about filming on a DSLR is that I think you can only shoot for 20 minutes. Because otherwise it's, I don't know, something about camcorders, something or other. This is actually like almost jet black under here, but I'm just gonna kind of mark it out. And there's some of the shadows along the edge, because this is almost white, so I don't want it to be jet black all the way. This would be nicer on better paper because the colours end up more vibrant and they kind of be flat. Be flat, my child. Oh, that looks really washed out. I am sorry, I only just looked at the view. Oh well, this is practice. My little guinea pigs. This is why I'm trying it, because I just want everything to be good the first time. And I don't have spoons to do it too much. Oh, I need to be about this. This is going on dry. Not to go in too much. Also, don't touch your watercolour paintings if you can help it. Hopefully this doesn't take too long by him being a bit namby-pamby, because it would be nice to have some way of like watercolouring that's... I kind of want to find ways of making that's not spoon intense but still achieve something that looks good. Although that is subjective. Just darkened up the Payne's Grey a little bit. I quite like that. This is kind of what I end up doing, is like dabby 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 all the time, and it looks a bit poo, but I think with better paper it won't look too bad. I mean, it looks alright with this paper, don't get me wrong, but I've been watching lots of YouTube videos about picking watercolour paper, and I just ordered, like, I just treated myself to some Arches paper, which is prohibitively expensive, but then I was just like watching these YouTube videos and they're like, don't use the cheap stuff, because even if you're practicing, because your results will not be the same when you actually go and use all your nice paper. So essentially ruins the point of doing that. But for me, I mean, it's fine. Like, it depends on what you're doing. I'm used to using cheaper paper, or more like mid-range paper. But actually, it's actually very hard to start out with cheaper things. So that's kind of the only thing you can't necessarily skimp on. Like, by all means, use cheaper brushes, cheaper paints. Not like you could use Crayola. It's actually not terrible, but that still will make it hard for you to use. I know people that say like, "Oh, I can't get the hang of watercolor. It's really hard." But then if you might look at like what the paper and like brushes and paint that they're using, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't work for anybody. It's like trying to get blood from a stone. And that's not to say that you have to spend out. There's like student grade supplies that professionals use, because well, it's like I think like they'll last you longer. This Payne's grey is not very dark. To mix some grey and black with it. Yeah, the watercolour set I'm using at the moment, I think it was about £20, and you get quite a few colours. Like, and if you, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, this is very blue. I'm sorry. Oh, did I change the... I can't stop painting. I was just talking a load about stuff and you probably didn't get any of it. So maybe I'll talk about it another time. Maybe I wasn't making any sense in the first place, so I spared you. That came out dark. From 0 to loads. And so dead inside. It's actually kind of hard to draw eyes that aren't dead. Now I'm gonna put some black in. This is still stayed just about wet enough. So what happens when I draw abstract birds, they sort of turn into all a very bird-shaped lump that doesn't actually look like a bird. Because the wings sort of get a bit like, this is a wing. Stop painting over that bit slowly, you're just going to make it mush. Have to wait until it's dried a little bit more, and then I can do another layer. Or can I? We'll see. looks like he's got teeth. Oh, here come the palpitations. I think I might have cut off the bit that I was saying you can only film on a DSLR in 20-minute bursts. When it cut out, because it had gone over 20 minutes. Oh, I've been doing this over 20 minutes. Oh, don't worry. I need a bit of brown in that, or do I? Put this along. Oh, he's got a fat leg. Hold on. Right, brown. Where can I get a nice brown from? I will use the one that is simply named brown. That's something you don't find in other palettes. Normally it's a type of brown, like burnt sienna or umber or whatever, which they do have here, but you know, many fonts just called brown. Like there's one called orange, you wouldn't normally get that. There's not one that's just called red or blue. I don't think it looks too bad. I think the achievement is more in the making of it, to be honest. But I think it'll look quite nice because this will. I think I'll fill this whole, like, about 30-page sketchbook. I won't be using the other side of this because it's already mauled. Oh, you really can't see that. I'm so sorry, and it looks blue. I promise you I tested this with like different colours, put like different paintings out here with different colours on, some with more white, some with less white, some with more colour, some with less. Oh my goodness. You don't get really angry that you like purposefully tried something to like get around doing extra work and brain fog and things, and then you're like, yeah, I did a preparation and it buggers up anyway. Can't bloody win. Go to the YouTube channel where someone is just constantly angry at themselves, or just the world. I think I like that. It's most black here. Teeny bit there. Teeny bit there. I think I might put a little highlight on his eye. Give him some personality. What should we call him? I don't actually have a name in mind at the moment. Alright, Colin. Colin the Bluetit. A little bit of black on it. Oh, that was too defined. I don't know, I think Evie. This wasn't super abstractified. That's what I was trying to say. So you kind of need to go one direction or the other, and I think I've gone too tight. Didn't think it was quite vibrant enough. Is that okay? That's okay. Wash that pencil out. Wash your pencil out. Wash this paintbrush out, and then you can put in a little bit more colour. This bit is very vibrant. Oh, no, we like that. That's a good thing, Salome. It's a good thing. Stop there, it's done. Just try and soften the edges. This paint smells not bad, but it smells. Yeah. Oh, I nearly dropped it on the white paper. Okay, I think we'll just do a little highlight on his eye with some gouache. Then we're done. I'll call it a day there. I'm really sorry that you can't even bloody see it. I keep thinking maybe it's my eyes, but no, like, how is that so... maybe it's because I didn't test it with this underneath. Maybe I'll try it without that next time. You know what? Bugger it. Are you going to shut now? Oh. Yeah, that's a bit better. This is Colin for everybody. Say hello, Colin. Oh, you've got a little bit of a... He's pulling us. There we go. Saved a life today.